Hello everyone, myself Michael Ravina, Associate Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. The subject is CS 3492 Database Management System and the subject is Database Design. The topic is Multi-Valued Dependencies and Fourth Normal Form. Multi-valued dependency. Multi-valued dependency occur when two attributes in a table are independent of each other but both depend on a third attribute. A multi-value dependency consists of at least two attributes that are dependent on a third attribute. That's why it always requires at least three attributes. For example, suppose there is a bike manufacturer company which produces two colors, white and black, of each model every year. This is a table. Here the columns color, manufacturing year are dependent on the bike model. That means dependent on each other, that the bike model and independent of each other. That means in the bike model independent, manufacturing year independent, color independent, but the color and manufacturing are dependent based on the dependent means for the particular color, particular model, bike model, the color suppose if it is a bike model M 2011 means then the manufacturing year is 2008, the color becomes white. Like that, for the bike model M 2001 means the manufacturing year is 2008. Like this, the color and manufacturing years are both are dependent. That means if you are taking one value from bike model means you have to decide what will be the manufacturing year and what will be the color. You have to easily identify that from this bike model. Next one is a multi-value dependency. In this case, the multi-value dependency, that means these two columns can be called multi-value dependent on bike model. That means both columns are dependent on the same column. So this is a multi-valued. The representation of these dependencies are bike model. First one is a bike model extends to, that means that depends on the manufacturing year, depends on the bike model. Same time the color is also depends on the bike model. This can be read as bike model multi-determined manufacturing year and bike model multi-determined color. Then what is meant by fourth normal form means if a relation is said to be fourth normal form if it is Boy's code normal form and has no multi-value dependency. Already know about the what is mean by multi-value dependency. What is a multi-value dependency? A table is said to have multi-value dependency if the following conditions are true. That means for a dependency A tends to B if for a single value A multiple values of B exist, then the table may have multi-valued dependency. Also, a table should have at least three columns for it to have a multi-valued dependency. Then, and for a relation, that is relation of A, B, C, if there is a multi-valued dependency between A and B, then B and C should be independent of each other. If all these conditions are true for any relation, it is said to have multi-valued dependency. But in the fourth normal form, the multi-valued dependency is the particular relation is not in the multi-valued dependency. So we have to remove, that means eliminate the multi-valued dependency from the particular table. Then this table becomes the fourth normal form. That is, the for example, it is a student table. Here the student ID and course and hobbies are present. For the student ID, there are four student IDs are here. Then the courses, multiple courses are here. That also hobby. For the single student ID 21 have multiple courses and multiple hobbies. This is the multi-valued dependency. That means the course or hobby or depends on the particular student ID. Okay, this student table is in the third normal form, but the course and hobby are two independent entity. Hence, there is no relationship between the course and hobby. In the student relation, a student with student ID, that is 21, contains two courses. Courses are computer and maths, and two hobbies dancing and singing. So there is a multi-valued dependencies of student ID, which leads to unnecessary repetition of data. So the above table into fourth normal form we can decompose into two tables. The first table is the student course table. In this table, only student ID and courses are present. So for the student ID 21, the different courses, computer and maths. Like this, the student ID 34 contains one course, that is chemistry, and so on. Then the next table is the student hobby table. That table contains the same student ID and hobby. So the student table can be decomposed into two tables. First one is the student two tables. First one is the student course table. Then second one is the student hobby table.